Hi guys, it's Monday and I'm in Flagstaff. Just dropped John off. Heading over to work. I'm not going to see my dad today. I have several different things I have to do. I have to, I have to do some work in my office. I have a meeting from like 10:30 to 12:30 or something like that. Then I need to go over to Target and buy a strapless bra because the dress I am wearing to the wedding needs a strapless bra. After that, I go to get, along in the same theme, I go to get a mammogram. And then I think that's it. Yeah. So, yeah, it's lovely up here. I think I said that the last time. What's the temperature? 46, which is actually pretty warm for Flagstaff for this time in the morning, 8 o'clock. I'm kind of thinking about whether or not we're going to get a dog coming up here. You know, all year long I've been thinking, you know, when May comes, we're going to get a dog. And then things happened with my mother-in-law, and we just didn't know how grave the situation was going to be. And we didn't know if she was going to be really sick, and you know that we would be spending lots of time going down there. But it's looking like she's going to have treatment over a long period of time, but it's not looking like it's just looking good as far as her survival rate goes. And so we're kind of thinking we might be back. We were thinking that we weren't going to get a dog because if we were having to spend a lot of time down there, you don't want to go and stay at somebody's house with an untrained puppy. So this way, we're kind of thinking, well, maybe we can go back to plan A, which was get a dog right after graduation so that I can have the summer to train the dog. And yeah. So I don't know. I think what we'll probably do is maybe just look and not necessarily say like we're going to get a dog today, but just to be like, well, you know, we'll go and we'll look at this rescue place, and we'll look at this animal shelter. And then if we see, if we come across this little dog and we just know that, we'll just know that's the one. I mean, that's kind of how it was. We had this puppy years ago. Her name was Karen, and it was a really sad situation. We did not know it, but she came to us with distemper, and so she died when she was 11 months old. So sad. She was a great dog, man. She was just a little mutt. She was so good, so smart, and we had her so well trained. And, you know, she died at 11 months old, so just imagine. I mean, she was just a puppy that was really super trained. But anyway, when we went into the pound and we saw Karen, we just knew. I mean, we were kind of just glancing in different kennels, you know, and I think it's so sad to go into a pound anyway. But all of a sudden, I see John bending down looking at a dog in a cage, and I walked up and I thought, oh my gosh, that's the dog. And it was the same kind of thing with Vanessa. We just kind of knew. And Chloe was just in the paper, advertised. We went over, it was one dog, and we wanted a friend for Vanessa, and so that's kind of how it was. But so we're thinking that, you know, we'll probably just go look, and we'll know when we see her. Hi guys, it is Tuesday. I am in Flagstaff again. Yeah, I'm actually going at 9:30 this morning to get my hair colored. I'm so excited. It's just in need. And then after that, I am meeting a friend for lunch, and she's a friend of mine who's doing that nutrition study with me, and she's struggling with the study. She actually has had a hard time giving up the things she needs to give up. So anyway, we're having lunch at Pita Jungle, and then I'm gonna do some work in the office this morning and also in the afternoon, and then I have a advising appointment with a student later in the day. So that's kind of what my day looks like. It's 50 degrees out here, which is absolutely crazy because, you know, 3 weeks ago? A month ago? John and I were in a rollover accident in a snowstorm, and then I think last week, one morning, it was like 33 or something. So we're going to Florida for my niece's wedding, and it's kind of like we'll be going to Florida for the weekend kind of a thing, because we're just going to be going on a Friday. Getting there Friday afternoon. We'll be there Saturday, Sunday, and leaving on Monday. We would stay longer, except that the resort where the wedding is going to be is super expensive. I mean, already now we've paid for one plane ticket. We had enough miles to buy a ticket for free with just our miles, and then so let's see, how much is this whole thing going to cost? It was like close to $500 for John's plane ticket, like $475 or something, and then it's like $800. No, that's just, we've already put down $195 deposit. 8, 9, 1,000, like $1,500 already, and we're going just for a weekend. So it's a nice resort, but we're not going to stay any longer than that after going to Northern Europe last summer and spending a lot of money, and then buying a house. We're just going to kind of settle on that, but I am looking forward to it. I'm very excited. Just bought a strapless bra yesterday to go with that dress that I got from Stitch Fix, the one I'm going to wear for the wedding, and it needed a strapless bra and I didn't have one, so got one of those. And I do need to pick up some more mascara and foundation before I leave. We still have time, but yeah. Anyway, so I'm rambling. So it is around 11:30 and I just finished getting my hair done. I love the color that she does, and she's just kind of cutting it so that I can grow out my bangs. I've grown out my bangs, or at least tried, so many times, and a few times I have succeeded, but I don't believe that I have had hair all one length probably since, I think when John and I got married, my hair was all one length, and so that was more than 20 years ago. So yeah, so we'll see how long I actually end up keeping this, but this has not been as hard. So dinner tonight is a vegetable sandwich. You can see I have some avocado. Those are chives. I sprinkled this with salt. I have tomato, cucumber, and pepperoncinis, and then I'm gonna drizzle it with balsamic vinegar. Yum. Hi guys, it's Wednesday, and I did something kind of interesting. As you can see, I don't have any makeup on, but I was, before I put my makeup on, I started to think, I was thinking about how, since I've been using this Principal Secret skincare, that my face feels super moisturized. And so I thought, well, it's only been, since Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 4 days since I've been using this stuff. And I thought, well, maybe I'll do that skin age thing again on Olay.com and see if it says, if it's reading me as being any younger. Now, I had done this last week, and it said that I had a skin age of 50, and I'm 53. And I took several pictures, actually. When it first said 50, I was like, oh, come on. So I took a different picture in a different light, and it still came up 50. And then I did it in a different way, and then I put like a slightly different expression on my face, still came up 50. So anyway, so today I tried to get it in the same kind of light, although it doesn't really matter because I did different kinds of light and it always came up the same. But anyway, so I took the picture and did the analysis again, and it came up as 49. So, not a huge deal, but the fact that it changed a year in 4 days of using this product made me super excited. So I'm loving using this stuff. I've been really good about using it religiously. My skin just continues to feel super moisturized, and I'm really excited about it. And also, Jackie from New York, I wanted to mention to you, because I know that you have to be concerned about ingredients for your skin. Principal Secret has a line called Advanced. It's not the Reclaim line. So if the Reclaim ingredients are not things that would agree with your skin, you should check out the Advanced line. Their products, there's not as many products in that line. They're in a white container with a pink lid, and they even have a pink serum kind of a thing, sort of a gel. And that they say is good for sensitive skin. So you might want to check. So you guys, I don't know if you remember in the last vlog when I did the unboxing of the Principal Secret skincare products, I had mentioned that I thought I was supposed to be getting 3 bonus items, and there was only 1 of the bonus items in there. And then I checked on the website because I thought maybe I screwed up and it was supposed to be 1 of 3 bonus items included with my purchase, and it didn't say that. It said 3 bonus items. So I called to see if I could get those other 2 sent. The bonus items, the one was this illuminating youth wand. It's like a concealer, and that was a full size, and the other 2 were trial sizes. One was this stuff called hydrating complex or something, which is hyaluronic acid and sort of a vitamin C serum. And then the other one that was also supposed to be trial size was this mask kind of a thing that comes in these little capsules, and then you put it on your face. And the full size has 24 capsules in it. The trial size, I think, has 8. And so when I called, the guy on the phone was really nice, and he wasn't really familiar with the offer. I told him that I had signed up on the internet. Of course, he could see that from my account. And he checked and he said, well, I guess I'm gonna have to go on the website to see what this offer was. So I kind of walked him through where I found it. You know, it's just when you go onto the Principal Secret website, and principal spelled like a school principal, P-R-I-N-C-I-P-A-L, principalsecret.com. When you click on order now, then you can choose what size kit you want. Then you can choose if you want a 30-day supply or a 90-day supply. And below that, it says, and you get these 3 free gifts. So I showed him, I kind of walked him to that place, and he said, oh yeah, okay, I see the offer. So he starts looking in the system, and he said, well, I know now why you didn't get those. And he said, it's because we're out of the trial size. And he said, so you get the full size of both of them. So anyway, I don't know if they just are out and they're going to get more or what, but you know, if you're kind of thinking you want to sign up, then you might want to do it. And then if they don't send you the trial size ones, you can call, and they have to send you something because it's on the website. They advertise it, so they have to send it. But who knows, you might get the full size. And each of those products one was like 29 something and the other one was 31 something. So $60 worth of stuff that I'm getting, in addition to the skincare system that I'm paying for. So I'm really super excited about it. Oh my gosh, you guys, my brain is totally fried. I'm on my way to worship rehearsal right now. John's not scheduled to play this weekend, but I'm singing. And anyway, I was just doing freelance all day, and I set a goal for myself to finish a pretty ambitious amount of this project. And yeah, I finished the last of it just as John was walking in the door when he got home from work. So yeah, brain fried. It's Thursday. 2:30. I've been working all morning on freelance stuff. I think I mentioned this yesterday. I have a project. It's due not this Friday, but next Friday, but I want to get it done by Monday. So, so I was working away on that. The noise in the background is my washing machine starting up. Anyway, I wanted to tell you about something super fun. It actually was something I learned about while doing my freelance project. It was, there was an article for kids, and it was telling about this survey that came out in New York Times, and you take the survey and it asks you how you pronounce certain words and what word you use for certain things. Like, do you say, when you're referring to a soft drink, do you call it soda? Do you call it pop, or do you call it Coke? And anyway, based on your answers to all of these different questions, it tells you where you're from. And I'm telling you what, you guys, it nailed it down to the exact part of the Phoenix metropolitan area where I lived most of my life. And then I sent it to my mom, and she took it. And when I was in high school, I lived in a different part of the Phoenix metropolitan area, and my mom and dad lived in that part for 27 years. It nailed her down to that part of the Phoenix metropolitan area. It was the weirdest thing ever. I'm gonna link it in the space below because it's so fun, and you have to just take it and see if it tells you, where you'll be shocked. My mom was shocked because she grew up in Iowa. She lived for 10 years in New York. For a while we lived in Texas, so she said, oh, it's going to come out all over the place for me. No, nailed it down to the place where she lived for 30 years. So just crazy and fun. John took the test. It nailed his down to the exact location, same area as mine, and then I gave it to his mom, and hers came out in the same area as us, but also it also said Modesto, California. That's not exactly where she was, where she grew up, but it's near where she grew up in California. I mean, is that just bizarre, you guys? Click the link in the space below. You've got to do this. So fun. And then leave a comment and tell me what it said, okay? Because it'll be fun for us to do that. So, pointing out my hair to you right now. I got it cut yesterday. I can almost never style it the way my hairstylist does, but I think I got kind of close. It's still a little puffier. She somehow manages to straighten it a lot straighter than I ever can, but at least I got rid of the kind of poofy bang thing going on. So you guys, I have to show you something. You might want to, you can feel free to click away or forward through this part if you want to, because it has to do with animal poop. Why would she be showing us animal poop, you might ask? There's a good reason for it. I was kind of freaked out by this morning. Let me go ahead and show you. Okay, take a look at this. This is not a dog poop. Just to show you how large it is. Put my hand down here. That's not a dog poop. That is coyote poop. Dog poop would be kind of little Tootsie Roll droppings, and this also has like little seeds in it and stuff. The reason that's freaking me out is because it's in my backyard and we have a fenced yard. So I was thinking, oh my gosh, I was going to say, oh crap. Anyway, like I was thinking, oh my gosh, did a coyote jump the fence and come into our yard? It's the reason when we do let our kitties out that it's only during the middle of the day and only when we're home and we can supervise them. When we get a dog, we are not planning to let the dog go outside if we're not home, and certainly not at night unless we take the dog outside to use the bathroom. We're hoping to get like a little dog run kind of a thing, so that if our new dog has to go to the bathroom at night, there will be just this little confined space, so that it won't have any interest in hanging out outside, and it will just come right back inside. Well, I was freaked out because here it is in my yard. We have a fenced, we have 1.5, well, more than almost 2 acres of land, fully fenced. We have a electronic gated, electronic gate on the yard. And so I was like, oh my gosh, it jumped over in the night. Well, apparently when I came home from worship rehearsal last night, the gate was still open. John had not, I didn't close it when I came home. And most of the time John forgets to close it when he comes home, and I have to go out to the car and hit the thing to close the gate. All of that to say, when I came home last night, Chad, stop it. He's inside. When I came home last night, I hit the button to close the gate, but it was dark, so I couldn't see if it closed or not. So when I told John about this coyote poop in the yard, he said that when he left this morning, the gate was not closed. So, whew, the reason the coyote was in our yard last night is that I did not, I guess it didn't close when I hit the button, and so that just is a sign to me that in the future we need to actually like take a flashlight and shine it out there to make sure it's closed. Or what I could have done is when I drove through the gate and pushed the button, I should have just stopped and waited to see that it was moving closed. And I didn't do that because I just assumed it would close, and it didn't. So we certainly do not want one of our cute little babies to end up digesting in a coyote's stomach. I mean, that would be horrible. So here are the babies. They're inside. Chad's being noisy. Look how big he is. He's only 9 months old. I was asking the vet about him. I sent an email to my old vet in Flagstaff, as he's kind of become sort of a friend. And I said, what's up with my cat Chad? His head is small compared to his body. And anyway, he said that Abyssinians have small heads, and sure enough, I looked up a picture of an Abyssinian, and it has the same body shape as Chad, not just a small head, but the same kind of shape of torso and everything as Chad's, and even has, see, I don't know if you can see Chad's nose. He's got a big nose for his head, and kind of just how his nose is shaped, it looks like an Abyssinian, but of course his hair is like a Russian blue. I mean, he's a mutt kitty, so, you know, he's certainly no particular kind of breed, but here's Mary, our cute little tabby. Mary! Mary! Yeah. Oh, Chad's gonna talk. Okay, also, I thought to show you this as I was cleaning up my kitchen from the sandwich I had a little bit ago. Okay, so I was thinking about this because I'm taking the avocado and tomato ends and putting them in my little compost bucket right here that I will then take out to my composter. But I want to tell you something about tomatoes. So what I wanted to tell you about that was that I would recommend, if you have a composter, not to put tomato scraps in your composter. Now, I put those pieces in because it was the very ends, and so there were no seeds. But when you put tomato seeds into a composter, the seeds almost never die. And so I have found in the past that when I put my compost into my garden, then I end up with all of these little tomato weeds. And I took a gardening botany class a few years ago, and I was asking the professor, I said, so what is the definition of a weed? And she said, there really isn't. It's just a plant you don't want. So a rose bush could be a weed if it's growing someplace and you didn't want it to be there. Tomatoes that you don't want in a certain place are weeds. Some people think that dandelions are great because you can actually eat leaves of dandelions in your salad. They're kind of peppery. I don't like them really, but anyway, so some people would not consider a dandelion to be a weed. Well, anyway, so I would get all of these little tomato weeds growing up in my garden in places where I didn't want them to be growing. And so, and that's another thing. I asked my botany professor, I said, so why am I getting all of these little tomato weeds in my garden? And she said, because tomato seeds just don't die. They can go through, listen to this, they can go through, we're on a theme here today about digestive stuff, but they can go through the human digestive system and then go into the sewer and then go to a treatment plant and still survive that. And she said, yeah, if you go to a wastewater treatment plant, you often find tomato plants growing all the way around like the pool of water after they've, when it's gone through the whole process and it's basically as clean as it's going to be. And she said, you'll find them growing there. Well, my brother actually runs a wastewater treatment plant in California. And so I actually sent him a text after that. And I said, hey, is this true? And he sent back several pictures. He's texted me and he goes, here they are. Here are the tomatoes growing. And so the seeds just are so durable that they're not affected by all of the acids and everything in our body. They're not affected by going through the sewer or all the chemicals that they do put in the water to treat it. Nothing, it doesn't kill them. So if you want to avoid having little tomato weeds growing in your garden, just don't put tomato seeds in your compost pile. So I normally will just throw them in the trash or put them down the garbage disposal. But I only will put the ends, the parts that don't have seeds, into my compost. There you go, little tip. I'm on a roll. So I also wanted to tell you about this stuff that I recently bought that's called BioDrain. It's by Invade technology. I have been noticing for the whole time we've lived here that there are these little tiny flies in the bathroom. Just, not like swarms, but like a couple of them always flying around. And the bathroom is off the bedroom, which is off of the office that has plants. And so I thought maybe that they were those little bugs that kind of fly around plants and stuff. But anyway, then we were like, are they hanging around the sink drain? Are they hanging around the shower? Or what is this? And every so often I would notice that in Flagstaff too, and I would dump bleach down the drain, and just in case they were in the drain. And but here we're on a septic system, and so I can't put bleach down the drain. So I actually looked up. I thought, I don't know what these things are called, but they're in the drain, it's probably in the drain. And so I looked up drain flies. They're called drain flies. And so they said that they will often, like, imagine the little round grate thing that's at the bottom of your shower. That on the underside, if you were to remove that, you can often see the larva of these flies. Isn't that gross? Anyway, I didn't take it off. I didn't want to look and see that. But so what this stuff does not kill drain flies. What it does is it eats away at the stuff that builds up in your drain, like soap scum and just residue from shampoo and toothpaste and all that kind of stuff. And so it builds up, and that gives an environment for those flies to eat and lay their eggs. And so if you are having that stuff eaten away by something, then the drain flies go away because they don't have an environment that is conducive for their growth. And so so what you do with this stuff, I can't remember how much it costs. I'll link it in the space below for you. It wasn't very expensive. I think maybe it was like $7.50 for this quart, and I bought a couple of quarts. Yeah, this size right here. Anyway, so what you do at the beginning, like if you don't have little flies in your bathroom, but you want to make sure that your drains continue to run smoothly and don't start running slow and everything, then you just use this I think you use it once a week. So at the beginning, you use it every other day. You're supposed to start by running some water down the drain, some warm water, and you don't want to put it in a dry drain, but and then you put about 4 ounces, you squirt into the thing, and I try to squirt it as much to the underside of like the stopper on the sink drain or around the top of the shower drain thing, and then you leave it. So they say to squirt it in there at a low drain use time of day. So you would want to either do it like in the evening after you've already brushed your teeth and you're going to go to bed, or you would want to do it in the morning after everyone has had their showers and they've brushed their teeth and everything. And so then you just let it sit until the next time you're gonna need to use it, and then you just rinse everything off. So every other day for the first week or so, and then about 1 or 2 times a week after that, or as needed for maintenance. So I will probably do it every other week for the first week, and then go to I'll go to 2 times a week. And then when I no longer notice drain flies, then I'll stop and then think about, put it on my little monthly chores thing to do once a month. unless I notice that they're coming back in between, and then I may have to do it on a bi-weekly basis or something like that. I hope that I don't after that. But hi you guys, so it is still Thursday afternoon. I just finished filming a bunch of videos that you may want to be on the lookout for. I will be uploading a video about how to grow potatoes in pots. I also have an update on what I'm doing with my organizing challenge, because I haven't been posting organizing videos, but if you watch that video, you'll hear about when I'm going to start that up again and why I stopped. You probably know why I stopped, but anyway, and then on my other channel, oh no, there's another one on Little Green Farmhouse that's a product review, and there's a giveaway on that one. And then on my other channel, Busy Being Jen, I do a product review and demo for a tooth whitening polish. I showed you that when it came in the mail the other day. So anyway, you might want to check all of those out, and let's see, I think that's it. So that's going to be it for this vlog, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, you guys. Bye-bye.